to my foolish hard guitar lesson in chord melody style. Hi everyone, Sandra Sherman here. Greetings from Austria. You can download all the lesson material like the tabs and the backing track from the link down below in the description box. Please also visit my lesson shop Guitarversum.com for more lessons like this one. And now let's get started. We're in the key of B flat major and we have an A1 and an A2 section. Each of these sections is 16 bars long, so a total of 32 bars. Phrase number 1 is 7 bars. We start with this B flat major 7 chord, 6, 7, 7, 6. I think you know this. And to fill the gap between this chord with the melody note on top and the next melody note, it's half a bar each, I just pick the strings in consecutive order from E string, D string, G string. So usually I don't pick the melody tone again. And these are just simple 8 notes. So now we go to the E flat major 9 chord. That's the 4th degree of the scale. 6, 5, 7, 6. And again, I strum it. I kind of do this arpeggiating thing when I have melodies going on. Ballads going on like this, and now we have the next melody tone. That's a B flat triad actually. That's the melody. I slide into that B flat usually, D and F, right? Going to the D minor 11 chord, the 3rd degree of the scale, 10, 10, 10, 8. Then I kind of bridge over to catch that E on top and back to D minor 11. Then I just change the lower strings while the G is still ringing. I try to keep the melody ringing as long as possible. It's a chord melody tune after all. To change to the G7, only the lower part, 8, 7, 8. Then I'll leave the middle finger lying here to go to G7 flat 13. So I now make it an altered chord with the F in bass. That's 8, 9, 8, 8. G7 flat 13 with the F in bass, resolving to C minor 7. I bar this time. So don't play the A string, just E, D, G, B as usual. Usually we would fret it like this. This time I bar it because now I make an inner voice movement. I play C minor major 7 by putting my middle finger on the B, and I just play the D and G strings, right? Then I play use my ring finger for the C, and again the D and G strings, and then the G and B string on the 8th fret. Then the melody starts all over again. You could either lift your whole hand and play this separately, or you keep it ringing. So the melody is 10, 8, 8. That's a C minor chord again. So the melody at the end of every other bar is a triad actually. It was a B flat before and now it's a C minor. And now we get to a really weird chord, A11. I really dig this chord. So I chose it for this arrangement here. Open A string, A11, that's the 7th of the chord, the G. The 3rd of the chord is the C sharp, and here's the 11th, the D. So we have both the C sharp and the D in there. And that's what makes it sound so funny. And here's the root again, A11. Then up until the very top this time. A7 sharp 5. You could actually play with the open A string again. 5, 6, 6, 5. And then now it resolves to D minor 7. I think you know this. 5, 7, 5, 6 inner 4 strings. I make a little melody. It's E, F, and the A is already lying here. To go to the next chord, the D7 sharp, D7 actually it is. 5, 4, 5. Melody again, a D minor triad. D, F, A. And a D7 resolves to G minor. 7, 10, 8, 10, 11. Then I bar over to catch that C on top. And back to the B flat. Right? And then we take use a tritone sub, a D flat 13, 9, 9, 10, 11. Here's your root, D flat 13. Play the B flat on top again. That substitutes a G7 sharp 9 chord, right? By just exchanging the root for tritone away. So this is a sub 5 chord or tritone sub. For C minor 7. And now I play a C minor 7, but not this one. I play it with the E flat in bass. It's third, because I need this in a melody. I could have used this voicing too to harmonize this melody, but that's boring. So I use an inversion, C minor 7 with E flat in bass, 11, 10, 12, and 11. And then again, consecutive order. And here is my melody again, the triad C minor in this time. And that was it for phrase 1. I'm going to repeat it now at slow tempo for you. 3, 4. If you're into chord melody, I have a chord melody starter pack for you with 5 easy lessons from my YouTube channel for best value, and you can download it from the link down below in the description box. Go check it out. Now this is the first ending and it's 5 bars long. We start with the G9 sharp 11. And this could also be a C chord, and that's actually what it subs. 8, 9, 9, 8. It's like a C altered chord, C7 sharp 5 or G flat 9 sharp 11, depending on what the bass plays. And I made my playback so that my backing track so that it is a G flat in bass. And that leads us to the 5, to the F7. And this is an F7 flat 9 chord in shape of a diminished chord. If you follow my videos, you know this already. 7, 8, 7, 8. Just once, then a melody, 6, 8. Again, I leave as many fingers lying here as possible, okay? Just don't lift everything and play like this. Then that resolves now finally to the B flat major chord. And that's here. Here's the root, 8, 10, 10, 10. And then I pick through the whole thing. C and B flat in a melody. So try to make the picking a little quieter so you can tell the difference between what's just a fill and what is the melody. Melody, fill, melody. Leading us to B flat 9. That's a D half diminished chord also. Here's the D over here. And B flat, there is no root in there. Comes from this, you can always make this B flat 7. By exchanging the root to a 9th, you get a B flat 9 or a D half diminished chord, right? Then you play the melody on top again, going to this basic B flat 7, 6, 6, 7. And now B flat 9 sharp 5 chord, interesting chord. So that's the top of this B flat 7 altered chord, 6, 7, 7, plus the 9th on top, C, the C. Barring over to the B flat. And that resolves to the 4th degree of the scale, E flat major, where we got 13, E flat major 13. That's like an E flat major chord, plus you need to do this thing with your finger, bridging over to the C. That's a little hard. If that's too hard for you to do, I too sometimes can't catch it, then I just play it without the root, right? So we have 6, 8, 7, 8, 8. Right? Like this or like this. Doesn't really matter. played 3 times. Now I harmonize the melody in 6th. I take this tone and search for a note in the B flat major scale, because that's where we are, E flat lit-in to be exact, because we have the E flat chord going on right now on the line. So that's D, and this is an F, and that's a 6th in total. Same thing here with C and E flat, and this I don't harmonize, just the B flat. Leading us to A half diminished. Here's the root, but I also take the open A string. 7, 8, 8, 8, A half diminished. Play it twice, D7, 10, 10, 11. And now a little pickup for the upcoming A2 section. Not A2, sorry, the next bar. 11 and 10, right? And that was it for phrase number 2, and here is it at slow tempo. 3, 4. You can help to keep the free video tutorials of this channel running by becoming a member of the channel, and you can do so by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button, which also grants you access to my mini lessons. You can also say a little thank you by clicking the thanks button and donate a little something. This really helps with the productions of the videos. Thanks a lot. So here are the last 4 bars of the A1 section, and we start with the resolution, the G minor 7. 10, 12, 10, 11. Going to G minor major 11, major 7. That's 10, 12, 11, 11 now. Played once, and the melody is C, B flat, A. Okay, so that's the first bar. Be real quick here, is 16th notes. Go over here to the E half diminished. Open E string, you can also fret it with your thumb if you want to. 12, 12, 11. Play the B flat again and play the G again. Leads me to A7, 12, 11, 12, just the shell voicing. And the altered chord, we had this on G, I think. A7 flat 13 with the 7th in bass, the G in bass. So that's 10, 11, 10, 10 in 4 strings. And go over, this is a little hard to see here, I know, with the pinky to the G for the melody. Right? And then we have the resolution. The resolution would be a D minor, but it's the major parallel F major. That's really a cool trick to harmonize this, or to compose this. I didn't harmonize, this is just a composition. F major 7, 8, 10, 9, 10. Then the picking pattern to G9, 10, 9, 10, 10, and the G string for the melody. To the tritone sub, D flat 7 flat 5, 9, 9, 10, 8, and the G. A G string, that's the F, sorry. And that is for a tritone sub for the G. And it resolves to C minor, and we have a C minor 6 with the E flat. Before we had a C minor with the E flat. Now we have a C minor 6. So all we need to do is change that, that's the 7th of the chord, change it to a 6th by barring. What we get now is this a little tricky to fret. 11, 10, 12, 10. Right? So play this twice. F9 flat 13. Actually, first of all, it's just an F7 inversion, F7 flat 13 inversion, like we had here with the A, and before with the G, now we have with the F. 6, 7, 6. So here would be the root, but it's down here. And on top, but we don't play until the B string now. But now we play the B string, and that's the 9th of the chord, like in an F9 chord. You can also play the whole F9 chord if you want to, but this is faster by just playing the melody like this. And that's the pickup note for going back to the A section again, for repeating the A section. So, but first let's play phrase number 3 for you at slow tempo. 3, 4. We're now in the A2 section. Please repeat phrase number 1 first, and now then skip to this phrase number 4. And we come actually from the C minor 7 inversion. And instead of going to G flat 9, now we go to A minor 11. Again, open A string. Here's the root again, 7, 9, 8, 10. So the open A is optional really because you have a root in there anyway, but sounds a little fatter. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, then don't. Play it twice, strum it twice. That's a 2 chord going to its 5 chord, D7, shell voicing 10, 10, 11. And now a D7 flat 9 in shape of a D, of an A diminished chord, 12, 13, 11, 13. Right? And that resolves to G minor 7. Here we go. Let's take this one. 10, 8, 10, 11. Consecutive picking up until the B string. Played again, all 4. Oh, sorry. And now you play a melody. But keep everything ringing. Bar. And back to this. Gotta be real quick here again, we have 16th notes. Oops. Going to E flat minor 7, and that's a really interesting thing in this composition, just a side thing if you're interested in that. That's a sub 5 2-1, a tritone 2-1 of actually of A minor to D, right? So the tritone of A minor is E flat, so it's E flat minor 7. 11, 11, 11, 11. Going to its 5 chord A flat, and that's again the tritone of the D, right? So this subs for A to D, E flat to A flat, 11, 10, 11. Make a little room for the 9th of the chord, B flat, and the C on top. And that would resolve in the original thing to G minor. It resolves to B flat major, that's its major parallel. So that's an interesting thing. We have this before, 8, 10, 10, 10. Play it twice. Melody again to its 4 chord, the E flat major 7. Here's the root is in here now. For B flat, don't mix this up. B flat major, E flat major. B flat has the root here, E flat has the root in the middle. So 8, 8, 8, 8, 10th fret. Play the D again, C and B flat, that's the melody. Right, the whole bar. Go into an A flat 7, flat 5, which is a classical tritone sub for D7. Look at this, D7, here we go. Changing the D for the A flat tritone, you get an A flat 7 flat 5 chord. And that resolves to G. D resolves to G. And A flat, its tritone substitute, also resolves to G. 4, 4, 5, 3. And then you play through the E, D, and G strings again. G9 says 4 is now the resolution. 3, 3, 2, 1. Then, unfortunately, I don't have a 6th finger or a 5th finger whatsoever. So I have to go down there with the pinky. You could maybe play it with your thumb. I find this uncomfortable. So I play the G with my pinky. And that resolves to C minor 11. 3, 3, 3, 4, 3. D, G, B string. fill, G7, the 5 chord now, G7 sharp 5. Don't play the A string anymore. 3, 4, 4, 3, here's the root. Melody. E flat, G, B flat, A, try-it again. This is E flat, G, B flat is an E flat triad. And that leads us to G flat 9 sharp 11. We had this before. Again, this could also be a C altered chord. Then I add the 10th fret, and that makes it a G flat 9 sharp 11 chord. And that resolves, it's actually a C something chord, C altered chord, resolves to F, 9 sus 4, 6, 8, 8, 8. F7 flat 9, in the shape of a diminished chord, we had it already, A, E flat, G flat, and C. And the final chord is B flat 6, 9, 5, 5, 6, 6, and then I sometimes add the bass note. Make it quiet though. Alright, here is the entire 8 bars of the phrase number 4 at slow tempo. 3, 4. Check out my chord melody playlist if you're interested in more chord melody tutorials. I have over 100 something, 120 or something chord melody tutorials up here on my channel. Check it out. Please give this video a fat thumbs up if you liked it. It's so important for me as a creator. And other than that, I hope to see you next week. Servus, baba.